Good evening! It's your favorite heel stable for one more time around. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans and haters of all ages, welcome to Pissing in the Livestream number 5. We thank you for joining us right here on the HBP Podcast's very own Pissing in the Livestream, the premier video game program on the topic of video games and, well, of course, hatred. Now, we'd like to welcome each and every one of you, like we usually do in a very big, bombastic way. I'd like to introduce myself. I am the mighty Yell Chaos. Joining me for this go-around, the 10-foot terror from Tokyo Town, Mr. Kid Shoryuken.
Yes, German prostitute and cheese pizza enthusiast. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. Also, the man, the myth, the legend from the Ad-Bait Questionarium, Guru Larry.
Yo, shizzle, my nizzle.
Thank you very much. See, always good to have a... We brought some, as Razorfist said, we should bring some class back to the program, and that's exactly what we did. Which reminds me, backing me up, the technician on the show tonight, you know, I told you once, I told you twice, he's going to break your heart again, the ravishing Razorfist.
Breaking my heart again? Is that what we're doing here? Is that
That's
what's happening?
what we do every single time right here on the HBP Podcast.
Yeah, so scrolling through IGN the other day, I have officially arrived at the inescapable conclusion that if Colin Moriarty had any more excuses, they could all ride around in a van and solve mysteries together. That's my thought. God fucking speed, folks.
More excuses than elevator shoes over there on IGN.com, it seems.
Yes.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to our program. We hope you have a good time tonight. We've got a great big show for you tonight. A big show, a king-size show. We are international once more right here on the HBP Podcast, and we are about to tackle a subject that apparently has been a long time coming. I fear it might be a bit overdue, but we're going to make it happen because people have been asking for quite some time. HBP Podcast, they shout at us. They say, HBP Podcast, what do you feel about this hashtag Gamergate thing? Now, I've explained earlier in earlier iterations of Chaos Theory Live here on this channel and so forth that I find it's a bunch of uninteresting people talking about uninteresting stuff and other uninteresting people. And not only that, it seems that now the major networks are involved. Have you seen this, fellas? The major networks are involved. Fox News and MSNBC, of course, the most solid journalistic entities known to cable television. they're all over this thing, and, you know, because they're talking about this Gamergate thing and whether gaming journalism really exists, you know, because they could have just tuned into the HBP Podcast in 2012 and got all the answers they need.
Fox News and MSNBC are a major something. I don't know about a major news network.
I didn't say news network, like I said, journalistic entity, because they call it like McDonald's wants them to see it.
Yeah.
So, but Mr. Fist, you and I were having a discussion before the program, and you were ready to. Who is it that you were really mad at in this whole ordeal?
What are you talking about? I haven't heard anything about this. Have you?
Nothing at all. I'm making this whole thing up. All right.
I mean, if people were gonna cause a big stink, they should at least publicize it or something. My goodness. Seriously, I don't know. The main thing that strikes me is, okay, so we're going to wait until now, until 2014, to get pissed at shoddy game journalism? Like, are we seriously pretending that myself, and I'm not, by the way, I'm not giving myself credit for this, because I'm not the only person who's been complaining about this, but are we seriously going to pretend that myself, I haven't been talking about this since my show started, like in 2009? Like, it's just, seriously? Only now. We were firing journalists for giving games bad reviews over at GameSpot in 2007, and it took us 7 years to get to the point where we're like, hey, you know what? I think those people should probably be policed a little bit better. I think that's probably a good way to go.
Well, it's because there's no good games out this year, that's why. So there's nothing
That's
else.
exactly the problem. I was talking about this on Twitter. I think at the end
You talk on Twitter? Never.
I was complaining about this on Twitter, but yeah, no, I just don't understand it. Like, I think at the end of the day, if people had games to play, this would not be an issue. But they all just dropped 400 and 300, however much fucking money on an Xbox One or a PS4 or a Wii U or whatever, and if you have a Wii U, you got some stuff to play. Not many people have a Wii U. But all these PS4 gamers are sitting around, they got this expensive plastic brick sitting there. They haven't played anything since Watch Dogs.
Oh, come on, indie games.
Right, indie games like No Man's Sky. When the fuck is that coming out exactly? Like, what the fuck? Folks, if you had games to play, I don't think this would be a controversy at all. Which is a shame, because I think some of these issues do actually deserve attention. I think the video game media, I mean, this entire podcast has been devoted to ripping the video game media a new asshole and discussing their bias. We've been talking about that since day one, 2 years ago, right?
You think we would have got it out of our systems by now?
Yeah, but we never do. I mean,
it just keeps going.
No, it's like a Jim Sterling fat joke. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Bob Chipman fat joke as well there. It's like 2 for 1.
Well, you got the interchangeables in video gaming. You periodically Gabe Newell will come in. He's the understudy.
Yeah, Gabe Newell, the guy that will eventually fill. I figured it out. Gabe Newell will eventually fill in for Wilford Brimley for both oats and diabetes supplies. I just have that feeling.
Yes.
I just have that feeling. Now, I wanna talk to our good friend over there, Kid Shoryuken. You said that this was terribly uninteresting. Is that true?
Well, it very well may. I mean, one man's opinion, but I tried boning up a little bit on this subject in preparation for this show, and I...
No, hold on. You're on the Hate Bit podcast. You're not allowed to say things like, one man's opinion, I could be wrong. You have to shout, this is
You have to be fully wrong.
In the known universe.
Cheerfully withdrawn.
By signing on, you completely forfeited that option.
But I tried my best to familiarize myself with the situation and almost immediately forgot the names of all key players and events. I can't get out of this apathetic mode I'm in towards this issue. I just can't be bothered to give a shit. It's terribly uninteresting people with websites I find uninteresting. I haven't visited a gaming website in, maybe the past 5-6 years. I don't really see the use for them anymore. We had a conversation. It's not necessarily correct to refer to these people as journalists. I would refer to them maybe as commentators at best. But, yeah, journalism as...
I refer to them as advertisers.
Yeah, it's just reiterating press releases nowadays. Journalism.
Not saying
even
anything.
Advertisers. Advertiser, there's an idea that when you're an advertiser, there's a bit of a budget. You're making some money. These are more or less just carnival barkers working for whatever spare chops are thrown to them at the end of the night's business.
Yeah. Like when I hear one of these guys talk, all I see in my mind is the Tin Man from The Wiz. With the little carny hat and the cane and whatever. What? Nobody gets late 70s Motown references now? What is going on here?
Wait, how dare you sully the name of Motown with The Wiz?
Hey, I like that movie.
I like that one too, but don't bring it up because people will kill you if you bring Motown and that movie into the same realm of consciousness.
Nipsey Russell, folks.
Nipsey.
No, and then...
Wait. Really quickly, I just want to show how easily this could have skewed into a far more interesting discussion about The Wiz. We could have a far better time than this big thing that people have been asking us to tear apart for months. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, we can
Please
go
continue.
back to we can go back to a time when Michael Jackson was black and breathing.
And had his own hair.
Had his own hair, yes. Now, and now, of course, all of
and when Paul McCartney still liked him.
Here's the main thing.
And his sexual partners are still the same age as him.
If you guys aren't aware, the whole thing with Gamergate is essentially there was a bit of a brouhaha, which I discussed on my own show on the Downfall of Gaming Journalism series, which I believe I'm beginning to transmute into Nostradamus with the whole downfall of gaming journalism thing.
Oh, really? Can I write a shitty album about you then?
Yes, you can. A really
Okay.
long, meandering double album.
I am Razor Fist.
Although I'm surprised at how little I hated that record. I'm surprised.
That's true.
When I finally did sit down and listen to it.
It's great when it's free.
Yeah. And so basically what happened is they had this whole Zoe Quinn debacle, which basically at the end of the day it boils down to her ex-boyfriend was cranky that she was cheating on him. I mean, that's really the long and short of it. That guy pretended occasionally to give a shit about transparency in journalism, but you read that article and he's blacking out names of people that are in the industry just because they knew that they were dating and so forth. It's like, oh, that seems ethical. Yeah, if you're really concerned about corruption in journalism, it seems on the up and up to black out those names. That's probably the way to go. And, that guy, and then, of course, Stephen Totillo of Kotaku weighed in on the issue, which, if he's weighing in on an issue, it can only mean one thing, and that's that Shuhei Yoshida's asshole gave his lips the night off.
No, I understand they're on a rotating schedule.
Yeah, him and Colin Moriarty.
Both since like the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, so then Kotaku weighed in, basically lambasting all of the people who were pointing out rightly that it's inappropriate for a journalist and someone who has repeatedly been the subject of an article to be fucking. And, I mean, I don't disagree with that premise. People say the timeline doesn't match up. They say that, oh, well, she and him weren't banging at the time. It's like, really? Do you think it would matter? Like, okay, let's say Diane Sawyer was boinking Bill Clinton. Would it matter if, like, she was actively covering him at the time, or would she need to tell her network that she was, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that Nathan Grayson had to be confronted by his editor-in-chief to actually divulge the fact that he was banging the subject of many of their articles, that's the impropriety to me. It's not that there's all these sex for I don't give a fuck that there's, blowjobs for benefits. None of that matters to me. It's the fact that this guy had to be penned into a corner in order to finally divulge the fact that he had a relationship with somebody who, even if he wasn't actively covering at the time, he probably eventually would have been asked to cover. Who would he have told them at that point? Like, the fact that he even had to be given that option says there was some impropriety going on. And the fact that he's still employed by Kotaku, that site is officially a parody of itself. So that's my main problem with Gamergate. And of course, it's flown off in 1,000 different directions now.
My main problem is that you just emotionally scarred all these people with images of Diane Sawyer and Bill Clinton.
Well,
you are ruining sex lives as we speak.
and drastically improving Diane Sawyer's. But yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with that because, you should probably do something for Connie Chung, too.
Yeah. No, let's not do that. Let's
not
do that.
No, let's earn Maury
She's already got Maury.
The way things are going to fucking be?
That's yes.
All right, then.
So, I mean, that's the way I feel about it. I mean, fundamentally, I wouldn't say I'm of the movement, but it's kind of interesting that a lot of the sentiments are essentially just echoes of things that I said 3 years ago in my Downfall of Gaming Journal.
And not only that, like you said, how it's gone over here, it's gone over there, it's being pulled from all different directions. It's somehow become this universal topic, much like Ebola. And there's a little bit of something for everybody to grab a hold of this pie and stretch it in one direction or another, which I find interesting because one angle of it is people are like surprised that nerds fuck.
Yes.
Like people actually took that angle of like, well, what, nerds fuck? It's like, yeah, who else is gonna fuck these people?
Yeah.
Way over.
Well,
I think it was kind of the perfect storm, though, because this Chloe Chin, Zoe Quinn, Chloe Chin? What did I a word?
Chloe Chin, Chloe, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. This Zoe Quinn chick, that's where I went wrong.
There you go. Very good.
She of course, was one of the many promulgators of social justice in feminist circles in gaming, which is certainly on vogue at the moment. So I think that component being thrown in, all the anti-feminist thunderfoots and the like, they all jumped in, and I think that added fuel to the fire. And that's where the whole Gamergate thing really turned into a fucking inferno. So, I think if you want an explanation for it, I'm sorry, what?
Is it really an inferno? Because at this stage, and just from what I've seen, and I've tried to ignore it, but it does seem to creep around the edges. But it creeps around the edges very much in the way that the McRib creeps into your center of consciousness. Like, oh, the McRib's out, okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the burning issue of our time that they seem to want to make it believe. It really has all the makings of what I would believe to be a public relations stunt.
Well, I know that a lot of it picked up steam when mainstream figures, and we're not talking journalists here, if you consider the guy from Firefly to be a mainstream figure, Adam Baldwin, I don't know. You probably consider Emmanuel Lewis a mainstream figure at that point. But seriously, like that's the level of celebrity.
Or like Mario Lopez.
Yeah, that's the level of like Z celebrity that we're talking about here. That's really when it started to pick up steam. Actually,
yeah, I think he's part of my fan club.
I think he's actually the one who generated the Gamergate hashtag. But folks, here's the thing. I'm glad some light's being shown on corrupt journalism. I just don't think they're doing it very effectively because they're flying off in 1,000 different fucking directions, and they don't seem to have any kind of cogent message.
Well, not to mention, no one picks up on the irony that MSNBC and Fox News are talking about corruption in journalism.
Yeah, I mean, look, click on the Gamergate hashtag sometime on Twitter and just peruse some of that e-drama. You know what I mean? Like, it's not exactly the Potsdam Summit. You got a lot of people just kind of flying, and then, of course, now you get the knee-jerk defense squad who are, defending everyone and who have hijacked it and turned it into an issue of men's rights advocates versus feminists. It's flown off in 1,000 disparate directions. I think they would be best served by sticking to the original issue and saying, hey, there's a journalist over here who still hasn't been fired, who had a relationship with someone that he may have been asked to cover and didn't volunteer that information to his boss. Like, that's, if you want to talk about impropriety in journalism, you're probably best served by just sticking to the core issue. So.
And how long before it really comes out, much like the expose on professional wrestling over the years, that these people are all being paid by the same sources, and it's all a big show. There is journalism.
Fundamentally, I mean, who on this podcast right now does not know that it's a little fuck that the video game media is the only form of media, and we're including endeavors like CNN and MSNBC and Fox, whose objectivity is certainly more than slightly suspect, whose entire ad revenue stream comes from the very subjects of the articles themselves. It's the only form of media where that happens. The only fucking one. You'll occasionally get political ads on Fox News or MSNBC or any of these channels, but that's only during political season. That's once every 2-4 years. It really gets going every 4 years. Like, that's not a huge part of their revenue stream. Most of it is Johnson & Johnson, baby ass wipes and so forth. Like, that's where they get their revenue from. The video game media can't seem to do that and never has been able to, even though they're mainstream now, presumably the Johnsons and Johnsons of the world should be hunting them down. That hasn't happened. So they're pretty much they're selling ad space from the subjects of their articles, basically. And that's the core problem. That's the malady with video game journalism.
Absolutely. But I think a real big problem with just in the way games are covered and perceived, is that how can an art form that will not take itself seriously, an art form that has its own thing going but wants to be movies, And yet there's discussion of something that doesn't even know what it is, but yet there's discussion of what is or is not journalism of such a topic.
Well, and also, and I think one of the reasons the Gamergate thing has picked up steam, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, tell me if you agree with this or not, but I think it's because video games are big, really big, but they haven't yet been completely whitewashed. Not completely. They're increasingly so, but completely whitewashed by the politically correct veneer that Hollywood films and television shows
already have.
And comic books and all the other traditional media that's been around for, over a century and so forth, or nearly a century in some cases, have been. I think that's a component of it. We're undergoing that process now.
So we're going to be getting the comics code sort of stamp of approval on games soon.
ESRB, folks.
Well, yeah, that seems to be an illusion furnished by the ESRB.
Yeah.
But, that's the future will only tell us whether games will continue to make enough money for them to be really considered actual money-making entities, a true industry.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about Hollywood, all the B-grade films that are coming out now. I mean, what could a company like the Asylum have subsisted in a different time, in a different economy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wonder. There's always if.
This is kind of the new thing. You go to a red box, and you have like 10 Steven Seagal straight-to-video films.
Oh, the Asylum are just the canon of the 2010s, really.
And yeah, I mean that's a good example. Eventually, video games will get to that point. It's just kind of interesting how video games, maybe because of the budgets, maybe because of the price of the product, the metamorphosis from like the Messiah to Pariah plummet is so accelerated compared to what happened to Hollywood. It took Hollywood a really long time to get in the shitty place it's in right now.
Well, your definition of shitty place may vary. If you look at the 1920s, a lot of people will say that was hell and damnation already.
Yeah.
I mean, are you talking about in terms of class, or are you talking about in terms of taste?
I'm talking in terms of taste and quality in films. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you went to Hollywood looking for films? Fuck you. What are you doing here? Anyway.
I'm sorry, we all know that all you watch are the black and white, the sepia tone Danish art films where there's some guy in black frame glasses in the foreground saying.
Oh no, I watch Police Academy movies, but that's not the issue.
Did I just have a case of irony there that you were actually complaining about black and white?
Have a problem with the monochrome, do you?
It's the art film aspect, not the monochromatic aspect. But the black turtlenecks, those are the other things.
Yeah, but see, if a black turtleneck has a monocle to follow it, then you have a completely different genre.
Just saying, a lot of game developers are wearing black turtlenecks these days. It's all, just pointing that out, just floating that air biscuit.
Peter Molyneux look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are hanging onto their hair, though. Mr. Bundy, you're not saying a whole lot over there. Are you just bored with this topic?
No, I don't know. Have I got the mic open? You?
Good. I'm glad. Yes.
No, I don't know. I do think it does seem to be hijacked into being feminism when it is about corruption.
Yes, it is totally, and that's the thing we need to fight against because
clear cut straw manning.
Yes, and I think some of it is, and you have to give this to the Gamergate crowd. A lot of it is because Zoe Quinn, in order to defend herself, crouched behind the feminism thing.
Yeah.
Turned it into you're attacking me because I'm a feminist thing. And to her credit, and in her defense a little bit, she probably was attacked by a lot of misogynist assholes because it's the internet, okay?
Yeah.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting someone on Twitter saying some asshole thing, why would Gamergate be any different is the core issue. That's the thing. People act that's where I begin to resent it when people act like Gamergate generated the misogynist phenomena on Twitter.
On the internet.
Folks. Like it's the internet. It's where hate comes from.
And if not, it's where it sits and festers and pusses and then explodes.
Yeah. It's the stork in the birthing process of hate. That's how that works.
Yeah, so there it is, the 8-bit perspective of hashtag
I
Gamergate.
just want to say one more thing.
Oh, say more then, please.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying it's not going to do jack shit all this feminism complaining about video games because they don't buy games, and as soon as the industries notice that their changes don't do any different and it's not going to lose sales, it's
Oh
going
yeah,
to go back to where
especially
they
if you're
were.
Anita Sarkeesian, you don't have to buy games. That's how
Yeah.
that works. People just donate a mountain of games to you that you never play.
And then you can take photos of yourself smiling next to them.
It must be amazing. Alright, well anyway, there it is. Fucking Gamergate. You're welcome. Anyway, we're going to go to the comment section and we're going to get some questions, some comments, some concerns, correspondence from all sorts of people in all sorts of ways, all throughout the internet. You bunch of hateful bastards, you. So, I guess if you guys see a question, please feel free to dive in, because as you know, we are being hosted by Google, and this thing will do whatever the hell it wants, whenever the hell it wants, so we apologize for any inconvenience. And if we have technical difficulties, I'm sure we're having some...
No, we don't. It's a 8-bit podcast. If you don't like it, fuck yourself.
Alright, there you go.
Take it on over to the... I don't know any other podcasts because I'm very sheltered.
Oh, that could be it, exactly. And then
Epic Battle Axe. Take it over to those guys. Those are the only guys I know because they were on Game Failers.
All right. Let me see. The first one I see is Echo Lad, who says, thoughts about Ubisoft's stupidity and Bayonetta 2. I wonder if he's searching for a correlation between the two. I don't know. That's... When people tell me that, you know, what do you think about someone being stupid? Like, well, that's a very wide discussional topic. Ubisoft is French, and French are not necessarily known for being great decision makers. There you
Or
are.
subtlety, yeah.
Hey, Napoleon was on a roll for a while there.
Maybe he had. Well, I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm just
He
saying.
rolled a few sevens. It was all right.
I know. I'm just talking about consistency. On the other hand, if you're looking for consistency, the only real class of people that will help you out is serial killers. So
That's true.
there's that. Take that for
Although
what
the
it's
most
worth.
effective ones aren't consistent.
Yeah. Now, has anybody had hands on the Bayonetta 2? That seems to be a real hot topic right now.
I reviewed it a couple of weeks ago.
You did, and I didn't get to watch it. Larry, can you? I'm so sorry. Would you please tell the people what you think?
It's all right. It's quite a simple. It's a simplified version of most of those sort of button basher games. But I quite enjoyed it. There's nothing bad about it. So.
Do you really think it should be getting 10s across the board like it is?
No, I wouldn't have given it a 10.
Because I cannot believe how many sources have gone on record and given this thing a 9.5 on up through a 10. And I want to say at least I've seen a dozen.
No.
And I thought that's gonna bite somebody in the ass. I mean, I'm sure it's a fun. I played the demo. I liked it, but I don't know of any game that's ever been worthy of a 10.
Oh,
Unless,
not even
are
Half-Life
things that
2.
bad that a 10 comes by so easily?
Oh, come on. You're looking...
I don't believe in not ever giving a game 10. People going, there's no such thing as a perfect game. And
Come on, guys. You're expecting objectivity from an IGN editorial room? Really? Seriously? Between the 5 guys in that room, you don't have a designated driver, let alone an objective opinion. Like, that bullshit.
I know, but it just seems like since we're getting towards the holiday season, and everybody who was so anti-Nintendo around E3, now they have nothing else to talk about, and fucking Nintendo, they're saving everything.
Dude, they've got all kinds of games right now. Like Wii U
well, granted, but it just seemed to happen like that.
It was all E3. E3 turned it on a dime. That's completely... I mean, day before E3, everyone's like, oh, Wii U, biggest boondoggle in Nintendo history, holy fuck. And now it's like, Jesus Christ, like all the games are on Wii U.
yes,
I mean...
Zelda Sky.
With a few people... Sorry, fanboys.
Meanwhile, Ubisoft's still fucking betting hard on that PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, I don't know. What is with fucking... Ubisoft are just look, we've documented it here on the show. Ubisoft have climbed inside Sony's asshole. Like they are in there, and they are digging that position. They've been that way since '07. You know, we're going back to a time when the Assassin's Creed series was originally supposed to be Sony exclusive for some reason, because somebody didn't like money, I guess. Like, just Ubisoft for some reason are all about Sony. I don't know why. They just are. So, and they always will be, probably.
Well, and
maybe it's because Activision was so Xbox exclusive, and they wanted the sort of rivalry to extend to a different console.
I guess. Although Activision are just the multi-plat juggernauts now. I mean, do they release anything exclusive now?
No, not that I'm aware.
Aside from those Blizzard titles that are only on PC.
They do early releases for the Call of Duty DLCs, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I mean... Yeah.
Really? I thought you were a hardcore Call of Duty fan.
Oh, yeah, well, you know... Every year like clockwork, I gotta pop the collar and... No.
Gotta go get yourself an 18 or a Heineken, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna go into further detail, but I was like, I just realized how spectacularly sheltered I am from the frat fuck experience, so I actually couldn't go into further detail. I'm like, I know they pop their collars, and Heineken's involved occasionally.
They like them fucking alligator shirts.
Yeah, lots of hair gel. I don't know.
And Colgate whitening strips.
Lots of combing your hair forward and pompadours, which I'm not sure how that works. But,
neither do. But and they also, what's that one? Oh, lots of cool water cologne. Lots of cool water.
Hey, I wear cool water. No,
yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been like a Call of Duty Heineken cool water, collector's pack that comes together, the whole thing.
There was a Mountain Dew one, wasn't there?
No,
I beg your pardon?
No. It's Axe. That's what you smell.
I beg your pardon. Okay, well, I thought they were classy folks, but on the other hand, these are the people that drink Mountain Dew and eat Doritos.
It's it's the Walmart cool water.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's just water.
Yeah.
Arkansas water. So anyway.
But I don't know. I'm not sure about the Bayonetta 2 thing, because I'm not interested in... Look, I've never been a big Platinum Studios fan. It's just not, played... Sorry, guys, gave
I thought you loved Vanquish.
Revengeancing Vengeful Vengeance. I gave that a fucking whirl.
I thought you had a huge boner for Vanquish.
Oh, you know how much I love Vanquish. I love when you could build an entire game around sliding on your knees. Like, really? Seriously? They tried that with Wet, and they had a bare midriff, and it still didn't work. You think it's going to work with giant robots? No. This isn't 1990. But unfortunately, because we might have an economy. But
oh, that's true. It's true, and we wouldn't have such a fucking abundance of houses that nobody wants.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. In 90, we were still pretty good musically. It was, you roll it on over to 94, it's a different story, but...
You're turning my stomach. Stop that. All right, anyway. Oh! Somebody wanted us to talk about, I guess Polygon gave Bayonetta 2 a really shitty review, and for some reason that something to do with sexism, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought, wow, way to really, capture the spirit of, the next 2 weeks. But I understand that the game was attacked for sexism, and I had only seen a small segment of that, and it had to do with Bayonetta, of course, being nude from time to time, but it's a fucking cartoon! So I don't see what really the issue is.
Yeah, I think the problem fundamentally is that there's someone in the world who takes Bayonetta 2 seriously.
Well,
like,
that's the real problem.
The people who made this game didn't take it seriously. Like, what?
It's absolutely stunning, and I just find that we're just now we're going sliding back into this journalism thing, where I'm just stunned when I'm starting to realize that most of the stuff that you read about is an article about another article based on some graph that somebody released.
Yep.
And it's absolutely astounding. Kid Shoryuken, what do you know about graphs?
What do I know about graphs? Well, they're very informative. I like graphs.
They're good for burns when you have to replace the skin.
Not quite the same graph. It's a graft.
Oh.
No, speaking of Michael Jackson. Makes me want a Pepsi.
Oh, man.
You had to ask me about graphs?
I
Really?
had to ask you, well, either that or I was going to ask you about licensing Beatles songs.
Come on, kid, sure you can give us a. Come on, give it to us. There you go. Shimona!
That's what I bring to the table, man. I can
Somebody
talk
said,
graphs all day.
Yeah, the title of this pissing in the live stream is officially Mama Say, Mama Sa, Mama Kusa. That's officially the title.
Uh,
you know, the one where you don't open your mouth.
Yeah. All right, what we got a pretty good title here and a pretty good question, and it's Halloween related.
All right.
Let me see who asked. Microsaurus asks, "What is the funniest horror game that you've ever played?" This can be unintentionally, or intentionally, or what have you. Funniest horror game. I know my answer. It's Deadly Goddamn Premonition.
That's a good one.
That's my answer. Jesus Christ, FK and the coffee and I have no idea what was going on in that game. I loved every minute of it. I loved not knowing what the fuck was going on.
I liked Stubbs the Zombie quite a bit. I thought there was some pretty funny writing in that one. Not the best game in the world, but it was pretty funny.
You can't beat the original Resident Evil with the Jill sandwich.
I don't know, man. I was playing the Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles, and the way that game takes itself so fucking seriously, it's kind of laughable in its own way.
Well, that's every Resident Evil game since 4 has suffered from that malady. But
I think you can probably stick with every Resident Evil now that you really think about it.
Oh, 2 and 1 didn't take themselves that seriously, and neither did 3 really. It was still kind of, here's your fucking Walking Dead not Walking Dead reference, Night of the Living Dead references, Walking Dead references. What the fuck is wrong with me? I didn't think that comic was around at the time. I don't know.
No,
I don't
but
know
Dead
when
World
that comic
was.
started. I was never a big Walking Dead fan, but
Yeah, Dead World was around by then.
got it.
There was a jump up in the voiceover quality in the Resident Evil games from 1 to 2, though. I like to imagine the cast of the first one knew that the lines were fucking ridiculous, but just kind of went with it anyway as their own little joke.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
I can't imagine an actor being given direction to speak like that and just like not having something to say about it unless they were legitimately just thinking it was funny.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Don't shoot! I'm a human! What is that? What is that? It was hilarious. It's hilarious, too, to go back and read those reviews because they're like, the character animations are uncanny. Like, man, I was like 10 and I knew that was bullshit. What is wrong with you people?
They were full of hinges or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, for some reason they all move like Atari's battle tanks.
Yeah. Leon, it looks like your party has been cancelled. Is this a dying sheep? What's going on?
See, we're making Resident Evil 2 funnier each and every time. And now the next time you guys play through Resident Evil 2, this is going to be fucking hilarious. Or not. I'd say really, what's the funniest horror game? I played actually a game called Monster Bass, and it was a horror fishing game where there was a monster bass that might eat you.
How I've never heard of this game.
It's on the PlayStation 1. It's on the PlayStation 1. There's horror like classic horror music while you're fishing.
Is this one of these budget games?
Yeah.
I think so, but it's just got this really overblown. It's like a game I've never seen before, but it's a horror fishing game, Monster Bass, on the PlayStation 1.
It's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant.
I'd almost think you just made that up on the fly.
No, it's over there. I swear to you.
I'm believing you less and less as you go
Well,
on.
fine then. You know. I'm not gonna get up and go over there just because you said so. You're fucking new around here. I don't gotta take any of your shit.
Oh, did anybody else play Alone in the Dark from, was that 2010?
Can't say
No, that was 2008.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's 2008. Man.
You're old.
Yeah.
You get on television, and I was working in 2008. So.
I enjoyed that game actually, but it was, oh my god, the swearing in it was like beyond comical. Like they would just be. I mean, look, I use an awful lot of profanity on occasion, but I mean, it would be like, I'm gonna go down the fucking street and buy some goddamn cunting milk and fucking, like, what is, like, it was completely inappropriate times when they would just swear for no reason, and it was all to be like super tough. You know what I mean? Like, this is a gritty, realistic, hardcore game for hardcore gamers like myself. Like, that was the intention behind it, and that makes it 9.5 trillion times funnier.
I don't know. Is it as funny as House of the Dead Overkill?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Ooh.
Because that one, I mean, that one could run like a Joe Pesci fuck-o-meter. There's got to be at least 1,384 fucks in that game, and you know, just during gameplay. I don't even mean during the cutscenes. It's a lot.
Yeah. Now in the Home Alone films, could you run a Joe Pesci razzle-frazzle meter?
You could. You'd only get like 4. But then wait till Home Alone 2, because then you're gonna get another 4.
Razzle-frazzle. It's
I
hilarious watching Joe Pesci try and censor himself in front of a little kid. Macaulay Culkin, of all people, who probably, given his family life, had probably heard swear words that Joe Pesci wasn't aware existed.
I'm sure he'd eaten food that Joe Pesci didn't know was food, too. If you didn't know, Macaulay Culkin was trailer trash before Home Alone.
Yeah, maybe he had some Jesus juice. I don't know.
Wait, no, that wasn't until his fame came along. No one gave a shit about that little towhead until
Yeah, he don't want to fuck a nobody now, does he?
No, of course not. If you're gonna, you know, if you're going for pedophilia, you may as well go for like CB or A-class pedophilia.
Yeah.
You think Michael Jackson would fuck around? Wait a minute. I think that's the message I was trying to get over.
I think he only fucks around when it's a calculated publicity stunt.
That's when it's best, though.
It's true.
I know. Imagine if Oprah had a magazine back then. That's only really funny if you're about our age, in the late 20s, early 30s.
I was going to say Blue Stinger was pretty funny on the Dreamcast. I think unintentionally, because I think it's got so many.
I'm not familiar with that one. Can you explain that one for me, Larry? I'm not familiar with that one.
Basically, it's set on an oil rig in the future at Christmas, and an outburst of...
And that's a horror game?
Yeah. Yeah, they just thought that Christmas was scary. I mean, they are Japanese. So they don't really...
well, yeah. I mean,
Look, it was Christmas time when you're playing Parasite Eve, I think, right? In Parasite Eve 1.
Yeah, it was, actually.
Scariest thing about Christmas time is the credit card statements.
It's a last minute rush, and you've got nothing.
Incidentally, the most horrifying thing about Parasite Eve is that they'll never make another good one.
Oh.
You don't know that for certain.
Oh yeah, you done, yeah.
All right, let's see.
I do like these awkward moments.
No, I'm writing questions. Okay, I don't know if we got any other Fire Emblem fans. Why is Fire Emblem superior to other Japanese RPGs of its era?
It's not a Japanese RPG. It's a strategy game with an RPG top coat.
Well, it's clearly one of those strategy-driven RPGs. I mean, that's certainly its own subgenre.
But I know why, because it most best resembles chess, and chess is a timeless game that almost anybody can learn to play.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basic landscape strategy. It's fantastic, and that's why. And also, it doesn't expect very much of you. It will tell you a story. It doesn't expect you to know a whole bunch.
Well, and that's the other great thing about Fire Emblem is it doesn't just tell the story at you like most JRPGs do. It allows you to branch off if people die.
Well, and it doesn't make you propel the story. It allows you to be part of the story.
Yeah, which was really innovative at the time when it first came out. I mean, there weren't a lot of games, even in the West, that were doing that.
There's still not a lot of games that do that as well as Fire Emblem does.
No, absolutely. It's certainly one of the games where, as you play it, it changes the most radically. So,
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's that's a whole subgenre that I enjoy. It's something Mass Effect used to do really well. Back before the Dark Times, before the Empire. No, before that whole saga happened. And, Dragon Age Origins and all that shit. So. Baldur's Gate.
Fair enough.
What did neither of you guys played Fire Emblem? What the fuck?
No, half of them didn't come out over here, so that's why I have my excuse.
And this is an excuse, not reason.
No, seriously, none of them have come out in Great Britain?
A good few of them never come out over here, I do know. But Nintendo fucking sucked in there. It's basically anything up until...
I'm always amazed at anything Nintendo sells in Britain, period.
Well,
in their defense, Sega and Sony, if you're Sega and Sony, you could, they could be making defective toilet paper and it would sell in Great Britain. It is crazy. But if it's Nintendo, they're more ambiguous. I don't know why.
Well, that's because they charge about twice the price for their games over here. That's why. I mean, I think NES games were like the equivalent of $140 at one point when they're high. So, yeah,
somebody just said Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Fist, I got to bring this out in front of you. There's a very nice young man who sent me a message early this morning, and I mean freaking early. Garrett Farrell sent me a message and asked me if I could ask you. He said, Razorfist has said he is a huge Daredevil fan, and Alpha Omegason has said he's partial to Batman. By the way, Alpha Omegason is on vacation, if I didn't make that clear. I'm terribly sorry for those of you wondering. Alpha Omegason,
he's busy. He's got a really cool project coming up.
He's got a big secret project and he can't be with us, but yeah, he is on vacation. Just so you know.
Yeah.
He's in the reject bin with Silent Rob.
No, we're waiting on a part. Okay, it'll be here like on Monday. We're waiting on a part.
Yeah.
Okay, but he wants to know, what do myself, as well as you, and Shoryuken and Larry, he wants to know, how do we feel about Ghost Rider? He says, he is my favorite comic book character and has been since I was a kid, and he'd like for us to bring this up. I have no opinion of Ghost Rider.
All I could think of him is just Nicolas Cage now.
Neither does Marvel.
Oh, he also says, P.S. I hate Nicolas Cage as much as you do. I was like, I don't hate Nicolas Cage. I mean, he was great in like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
How do I feel about Ghost Rider? I think it was my favorite reading-related education program on PBS.
Ghost Rider.
It's worth it.
That's right. That's the show that reminded you that Carmen Sandiego was over.
I guess.
It was the Soul Train of its day.
You remember they would give you the Ghost Rider magazine in school?
That was bullshit. You wonder why PBS was always asking for money, because they kept giving away fucking magazines that nobody wanted.
Yeah! Jesus Christ. The freaking, how did Dennis Miller put it? The strap the rat cage on your face pledge drives.
But as far as I don't want to glance over Ghost Rider. As far as Ghost Rider is concerned, Ghost Rider almost seems to me like Stan Lee said, we need to appeal to the beatniks. They like those leather jackets.
Yeah.
And I think like a lot of Marvel and DC characters, I think they were just to satiate a need or to appeal to a segment to get more people to read comic books. Much like how they want to put broads in Assassin's Creed.
It's a character that looks cool, and that's it. I mean, that's really what it is. They can't seem to nail. It's kind of like, you know what? I would compare it somewhat to Catwoman. I've always thought Catwoman was a weak character. I still do. She's had 9 billion origins because she's a weak character, and nobody can nail down her origin. Ghost Rider's kind of the same thing. She looks good. That's the thing with Catwoman.
And she's a very successful Halloween costume.
Yeah, you just have Adam Hughes trace some porn, and then you have covers that look really nice, and her comic book sells, and that's how that works. And Ghost Rider's kind of the same thing. You have some digital artist like Clayton Crane draw lots of fire and skulls, and people are going to buy it because it's motorcycles and skulls and flames. Those three things will never not be fucking cool.
And
Okay?
death.
I don't know. I think those are actually pretty lame, but all right.
Wow. I mean,
Well, next thing you're going to tell me, chains and spikes are always going to be around too.
it's like it's attractive to kids and stuff with a flaming motorcycle and flaming skulls and all this like really cool imagery, but I think really Daredevil has like what, 2 villains that are
Well,
memorable?
Daredevil really feels like they just took Johnny Storm
I mean Ghost Rider.
And killed him.
You just mixed up Daredevil and Ghost Rider. One has a flaming skull, and the other is
Blind.
blind.
And Ben Affleck.
My friend put Daredevil. He actually summarized Daredevil the best way. He said he's a blind guy whose mutant power is to see.
And he's a fucking lawyer.
That's kind of where we're at with Daredevil. But yeah, no, fucking Ghost Rider's main problem is, like Catwoman, they're constantly hitting the reboot switch. You know,
Somebody said that Ghost Rider is not on a motorcycle anymore. It's like, well, then what the fuck is there a reason to open a Ghost Rider book for then?
Certainly not the art, because the new artist eats a dick.
He's on a skateboard
Who's
now.
the new artist over there? Who's the new artist over there?
Right, something.
Some guy who watched too much Speed Racer. I don't know. It looks really bad. His outfit stupid and retro 70s looking. Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. And freaking Ghost Rider looks like his skull. I don't know how to describe it. It just, he looks like a lizard or something. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's all angular and kind of spiky looking, and he's got a big grill instead of teeth. No.
Is it worse than the redesign of Lobo?
No.
Okay.
It's not 1992, so Lobo isn't relevant anymore. I don't know why that character is still around. You guys know the deal with Lobo, right?
Well, which deal with Lobo?
Well, the deal with Lobo is he's a big parody of like Wolverine, and like that's the whole point of Lobo. Keith Giffen, the guy who made him, I think he made him. He was, it was during the late '80s and the early '90s when that whole grimdark kind of Rob Liefeld, I'm a tough guy who loves to fight kind of thing was going on. I'm the best at what I do, and so forth. And so basically, Lobo's just a big cigar chomp, and he's a send-up of Wolverine and Cable and all these badasses. You know what I mean? He's one of those. So in 2014, is that all that relevant? Is there a big grimdark thing? No, there's a big hipster thing where we pretend that comic books are this big fucking lofty art form. You know what I mean? That's what's fucking going on. And that counterculture thing where we get super retro and kitschy with fucking comics like Mark Waid's Daredevil, for example. That's the fucking plague in modern comics. And when a Lobo comes along that lampoons that trend, then he'll be relevant again.
So until then, we gotta wait until everyone pulls their head out of their ass and figures out which way is which.
Yeah, which in the comic industry could be a long fucking while.
And they gotta do something about comic book fucking prices.
Yeah.
That is. I want to bitch about that for a
I walked
second.
into a comic store the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick up like 7 books. It had been a while actually since I had, because I haven't been a box holder at one in a while, because I'm really not into the modern Daredevil comics, and that was like the comic that brought me to the comic store. Now I pretty much every couple months pick up an issue of Heavy Metal, and that's it, you know. So I walk in, and it's like fucking almost. They are closing in on a $5 cover price for a comic.
Well, the first comic book that I've been interested in, and goodness knows how long, is I think it's called Batman 67. I think it's Batman 67. It's based on the television series. $4.99 fucking cover price. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that is not. I mean, when you're that.
And it is totally incongruent with. You can't blame inflation.
What about the ad? Is there many adverts in it?
I don't know if it has advertising.
Yeah, I mean, could I have, if they cut out all the adverts in it, that could run.
Well, you can't read a fucking comic book in a comic store anymore. They're all fucking sealed up hermetically, so you gotta go, you gotta go home and open it with a fucking can opener if you want to read
it. Yeah. I don't know. It's easier to actually. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. There are kind of still comic stores where everything's kind of loose and whatever, but yeah, they got the thing that drives me nuts as far as the vacuum packing is you see the company that people send their comics away to, and they get officially graded, and then they like vacuum pack it in this plastic thing, and you can never read it again, and all you can do is frame it from that point on.
Yeah, and so essentially you don't have a comic book, you have 1/32 of the comic book.
Yes! You have a new photo to hang on the wall.
You have a plaque.
That's what the fuck?
It's almost like an achievement. It's like, look, you wasted a bunch of money.
Oh, they just asked what our thoughts are on Arrow and the new Flash TV series. I haven't seen Flash. Arrow went down quick. Oh my goodness.
Why? What happened with Arrow? I haven't even taken the time.
Arrow, man, there was so much hype when it first started. And, like, I watched it in real time on Netflix. I'd go on one week and it'd be 5 stars. A couple weeks later, it'd be down to 4 stars. Week after that, it'd be down to 1. No, I think it's down to like 3 or 2 stars at this point. Like, it's what the fuck? Like, you can literally see the quality fall off from week to week with fucking Arrow.
I heard the same thing about Gotham.
Oh my god, what a pile. No, that didn't start off on a high note, so it's impossible for it to go down.
Yeah, I my mother-in-law was watching him when I stumbled in the room one day, and I was watching, and I'm like, how many fucking characters are on this show? It's just one after another after another. It's like, and it helps that I know who, like, there's Harvey Dent, like, I know these people, but then they're just, like, giving everybody a fucking storyline. It's like watching WWF TV. Like, who the fuck are you and why should I care?
Well, somebody is really committed to getting our opinions on The Wiz. What is going on?
Well, I thought we already gave our opinions on The Wiz. Michael Jackson was still black. Diana Ross wasn't nearly as annoying as she is today.
And Joel Schumacher helped make that film.
Yeah, well, yeah, look what he did for Batman.
Yeah, I think it's his only good film, honestly. I really think
The Wiz or Batman?
How about Falling Down?
Wiz.
It's like Falling Down.
No.
I thought Falling Down was all right. I especially sympathized with the part where he didn't want lunch, he wanted breakfast.
You know what I sympathized with? All the poor Iron Maiden fans that were subjected to those 9,000 chorus repeats of Falling Down in that fucking song. And we get it. You watched the movie.
Wait. Are you blaming Michael Douglas for the bane that is Blaze Bailey?
Yes, I am.
You do not blame the X Factor on anybody but fucking Blaze Bailey and Janet Garris.
Yeah.
They will shoulder the blame. They know what they did. Kid Shoryuken, you've been quiet for a long time. What's going on over in Texas?
Well, actually, I wanted to talk about graphs if we had a minute.
Yeah, we did cut you off there.
You say that, but you don't have a tripod. You don't have a baton or a laser pointer. How do you plan to discuss graphs? You're not even prepared.
He's got a ruler.
I feel like he was just like, Who would like to hear a nice story about a bridge?
Or let me tell you how to plant this moss.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you know what we need? We need. Okay. Somebody asked my thoughts on Bubblegum Crisis,
I was just about to get there.
but I tell you what, Kid Shoryuken,
Yeah.
you're more of an expert on. I've only watched a little bit of Bubblegum Crisis.
Aren't there multiple series of Bubblegum
There's
Crisis?
Bubblegum Crisis, Bubblegum Crash, and Bubblegum 2033.
Yeah, I've seen the one with the year in the title. I've seen maybe like 10 episodes of that, but that was like a long time ago, like a decade maybe.
Yeah.
I remember it being good though. I did like it. I could have watched more.
I remember it being Blade Runner. No, I do remember.
Really? I just thought that was an original character, Chris.
Kidding.
I've got some of the anime cells on my wall as well.
Do you?
Yes.
I almost bought an anime cell from Ronin Warriors.
It's up there. It's the second one. No, hang on, pointing the right arrow. That one there. That's from Bubblegum Crash. That one.
Wow, fantastic.
So yes. So I got a collection of 90s AIC.
Oh, see, this was a live stream and a collection video all in one location.
There you go. Yes. Some from the Tenchi movie and some from.
You got a record of
Hazard.
Lotus over there. I might have to hump your leg.
Sorry, say that again. You broke up.
I said you get a record of Lodos War 1 over there, and I might have to hump.
No, unfortunately not. No. Animates that they stopped using cells because it's illegal in Japan.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and yet we allow them to beat dolphins to death. It's good we have the sorted out over there.
Yeah, and make bacon from their carcasses.
At least they got their priorities right. So.
I used to frequent a store that sold like production art and what have you. Like I think I never bought any for myself, but I think I ended up buying some Dragon Ball Z production art and things for a friend when I came home. So that's pretty sweet. Mandarake or Mandarake or whatever they call it. They have a store dedicated specifically to buying production art and cells and things.
Where's that at?
It's in Nakano in Tokyo.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't spend much time in Tokyo. I was only in Hokkaido, and I did the hop, skip, and a jump thing over there, but I didn't really spend as much time in Tokyo as I would like.
Hokkaido has those awesome monkeys, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. And then I got to cruise around and see little shithole places, Yeah. That's about it.
Oh man.
It's hilarious whenever people ask me, and I'm like, "Where was your favorite place in Japan?" And I'm like, "Takasaki," and they're like, "What?" They're like, talking about a motorcycle company? Like, what is?
Takamichinoku.
Did you ever? No. You didn't go to that massive sort of Toys R Us sized retro game store they got there.
Which?
No. I
It's
saw
like in
the
the middle of
Stone statue. What?
It's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's this retro game shop, and it's the size of Toys R Us. It's absolutely huge. This place. There's like loads of videos. I've forgotten the name of it. Yeah, but yeah, it's lots of people. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is. Hello. So yeah, I'll have to try and find the name of it. I mean, it's out in the sticks. It's nowhere near Tokyo or anything.
I'd be interested to know what that is though, because I spent the vast majority of my game shopping time. You either had to find a hard off in your area if you wanted decent prices,
Or
you could,
Space Potato, is it, place?
if you can go to Akihabara if you want to be gouged like you fucking no tomorrow. The prices there were fucking insane. Like if you want something specific, you can find it, but the prices are just nonsensical. But hard offs usually, if you're willing to dig and spend hours looking through their piles and piles of games, you can usually find things for really good, like $1 a piece. So.
Yeah.
It's more just like piles of tennis games for the Famicom or something, isn't they? Or there?
There's
just really obscure sports that nobody's remotely interested in. That's why they're like
there's
100 yen
plenty of that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of that, but if you can exercise a bit of patience, I mean, you can usually find something pretty good.
Oh, nice.
All right, we got two questions that keep coming up, and one is any games we are looking forward to. Does anyone have any games coming up for the holiday season?
No.
No, nothing. Well, you look at all the bullshit in the background. God damn, you bought all the games ever.
Yeah, I did.
You ran out. You're officially out of games.
I think I'm going to get Halo, and that's about it for me.
I'm looking forward to finding something in the pile I haven't played yet. And that'll be the game I'm looking forward to.
Oh, is that magical hat you got there behind you?
Magical hat?
Is that a Mega Drive game there?
Yeah, it is. It's Magical Hat.
Yay!
Turbo. Yeah.
Hey, how do you like that? There's some Japanese games back there.
Good eye, Larry.
Yes, because I've got about 5 copies of that bloody thing. That's why.
Very good, very good. But Mr. Fish.
I'm looking forward to Star Citizen because I can't wait to play a space sim again. Looking forward to No Man's Sky as well for the exact same reason. And apart from that, I really can't think of anything. Not a whole lot, I don't know, coming out that I mean, plus Alien Isolation just came out, which I was looking forward to, and I got to play and beat that. And
didn't sound like it set you back too much trouble.
Oh no! It was actually a nice long game, and it was pretty difficult in
Oh, that's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it was a neat little change of pace. Played Evil Within. It's a festering pile, and I mean that is full fucking stop. It is a pile. It's terrible.
Is it true you have to actually buy weapons with real money in that game?
Oh God.
It's like the DLC that's
man, that is on the list of things wrong with that game, dude. You have no idea how far down the list that is. Okay, the aspect ratio. What is with that?
Yeah, I know everybody. I heard a lot of complaints about that.
Oh my goodness, the freaking controls, the camera. The goddamn camera and the freaking the stealth drives me up the fucking wall. I don't know, I just Evil Within. I played 5-6 hours or something. I was just like, this isn't even worth reviewing. Like it's so bad I can't even get mad right now. Like it's just lying here, you know? The story is nothing. I mean, Mikami was just like,
fuck it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jack.
Fuck it. Zombies and monsters in it, that'll do.
Yes, exactly it. It's complete, and especially after playing it immediately after Alien Isolation, without going into too much detail, is absolutely superb. Evil Within, and you're just like, what kind of parody of Resident Evil is this?
Aren't you looking forward to Far Cry 4?
No, I'm looking forward to Blood Dragon 2.
Oh, okay. I like Far Cry 3.
And it better not be an expansion for Far Cry 4, although I know it's going to be, because Ubisoft are just that fucking retarded.
No, they need to, if they're going to do another Blood Dragon, it's going to need to be a totally separate game.
That's exactly what it needs to be, but it's not going to.
No, it's not going to do that, and it's going to be on the Vita. And on the fucking Ouya, too.
I'm quite looking forward to Captain Toad on the Wii U.
Captain Toad looks quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good.
Okay, that's the other thing that I'm looking forward to, and I think everyone in the known universe is looking forward to it, but the new Star Fox, of course. I mean, if you're not looking forward to the new Star Fox, get out. Get out. Just go. Just leave. Seriously, though, I love Star Fox. I cannot fucking wait to play. And apparently there's going to be more than one game, it seems like it.
It seems that way. Well, there's actually a few hidden unofficial Star Fox games throughout the Nintendo published Pantheon.
Pantheon!
There you go. I did it. I said it.
Legacy.
Yo, Chaos breaking out the $10 words.
No kidding. I mean, we spent a little money on this show. Look at Larry's microphone. There's some money in this show.
So yes, I spent £100 on this for the co-optional podcast. I might as well get my money's worth out of it. I'm gonna have a Union Jack in the back in that, just be like Total Biscuit.
And then of course there's the elephant that's sitting on everyone's doorstep. Super Smash Bros. 4 comes to the Nintendo Wii U November the 21st, and this has got to be the biggest goddamn game in the history of big goddamn games. If anybody, I finally got a chance to sit down with, yes, Microsaurus, I know, we're talking about it right now. I saw the Nintendo Direct, because a few people asked me, did you see this? And I had to say no, and don't fucking spoil it for me. Thankfully, no one spoiled it for me, and I appreciate each and every one of you that didn't spoil it for me.
Yeah.
And I watched this thing, and it just kept going, and going, and going. And it was 50 Smash-related facts about Smash Brothers Wii U, and by like 22, I was tired. I'm like, stop right there. I mean, don't you want to say something for next time? Jesus Christ.
Well, Nintendo, they've really turned it around on the press conferences, haven't they? Because for a few years...
Well, it's not really got much competition now, have they, really?
Well, that's exactly it. It's
Everyone else forgot they're a game company, that's why.
It's almost like, they went into full-blown competition mode, but no one else is doing anything around it, so it looks like fucking Halley's Comet.
Yeah. They're doing all right, I'm telling you. I think even if Sony and Microsoft had any clue and could find their own ass with a GPS and written instructions, I think Nintendo would still be doing pretty well. It seems like they stepped their fucking game up. So.
I agree, absolutely, and it's finally, we're at that stage where we're not getting excited about console handheld connectivity.
Oh, God.
Even though you did see that you can play Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U with your Nintendo 3DS, which I thought was fucking astounding.
Yeah.
I thought that was really something.
Oh, but the real thing that everyone's talking about, folks, the big thing, that when I said it was going to be a piece of shit, I was an idiot and a hater and I didn't know what I was talking about, and now the reviews say the exact opposite, is the PlayStation TV. Oh, yeah. What a fuck.
Wait, is that PlayStation? Is that the one that's the Vita without a screen on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay. Now, I was actually going to bring this up because I've heard no one say anything about it except, that's all I really got of anybody. Now, has anybody had any hands-on experience with this?
It's not out over here yet.
It's this brilliant device where you can play Vita games, but then none of the Vita games are supported. It's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. It's like that ratchet that doesn't work as a ratchet. Doesn't have a ratchet.
Or the ratchet you use to stir your coffee?
Yeah, it's like the car with no wheels. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Sony have really nailed the minimalist thing.
So is there no Vita slot?
No. It's just none of them are supported.
Oh, okay. So you can stick it in there and...
Nothing.
Okay.
There's like 5 games. It's like, wow.
Wow. I was unaware of that.
Well, you can play PlayStation Now on it.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see I'm just lining up to buy all the games I already have again.
To rent all the games you already have.
Sorry, excuse me. Oh, gee, I don't know. Should I pay, $10 or £15, or could I just look in the closet? Oh, no, I don't have a PlayStation 3. I traded in for my PlayStation 4. Oh, it doesn't matter because we're talking about something that doesn't work in the first place.
See, and then you said in the closet, which is another Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay, wait, real quick before you go on. Man Black-Haired says, it's like a gun that shoots flowers. You had one job.
Yes.
I kind of want a gun that shoots flowers, but I get where you're coming from. Anyway, please continue, Mr. Fist.
Gun that shoots flowers. No, I mean that's pretty much it. It's useless. It's utterly useless, and it's hilarious. Like even IGN, when Colin Moriarty can't find a way to pucker his lips and press them to Sony's anus, they're fucked. That's a bad deal. So PlayStation TV, they gave it a terrible review.
I don't know if you could blame Colin Moriarty for that. I mean, after all, he is probably pretty tired. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's pretty rough. It's not so good.
No, that's a real shame. That's terrible because I remember it was going to be the thing that was going to solve every problem that fucking Sony Computer Entertainment ever had, and now it's met with a somewhat loud yawn.
Well, Sony's had a pattern of doing that over the last several years. There was, this game's going to turn our fortunes, this game's going to turn out for this device, whatever. Here's the thing about Sony. Here's how I knew the PlayStation TV was going to be bad. Name a Sony peripheral that set the world on fire.
Oh, that's a good one. We could be here for a while.
Name one. I can't move. I mean, PlayStation iToy. Like what? Name one. I can't.
The Move. The Betamax was more successful than the Move.
Yeah, like
the mini disc was more successful than the Move.
If it's not a PlayStation, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, that's fundamentally. If it's just not a regular PlayStation.
Well, let me interrupt you for a second. I don't know. I mean, take this what you will, but they make a pretty dandy alarm clock.
I've never used their alarm clocks. I don't know.
I still do, as a matter of fact, and yeah, it's good.
They make a serviceable television. I don't know. I just upgraded to a Philips. So.
They don't. LG make them for them now.
That's true. They sold that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they just use a name. So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, are those licensed? The new Bravias are licensed?
It's just people should have known better, and it's bullshit that people let the hype get as crazy as it was for the PlayStation TV. Because it's Sony, guys. They've never made a peripheral that wasn't a piece of shit. Okay?
Well, but that's the thing, is it doesn't feel like it's a peripheral. It really seems like they thought the answer to all their problems was another fucking piece of hardware.
Well, and it was kind of, I think they were trying to bridge the gap and sort of one-up Microsoft, because Microsoft turned the Xbox One. Look, for all the myriad problems the Xbox One has, and we could spend 5 podcasts on the problems of the Xbox One.
I think we have.
The one thing they got right, and it's the one
fucking YouTube career, isn't
it? the one thing they got right is it's the multimedia all-in-one bullshit. You know, that whole thing. If you want to watch TV, boy, you're set with the Xbox One. If it's 1995 and television is still interesting, you know, you're fucking in the money. But that's all they got right. So I think it was kind of Sony's way of saying, okay, we're going to one-up that and kind of add some additional functionality that the Xbox One doesn't have, and then they remembered that they're Sony, and they fucked it up. So.
Wow.
There's one game I would like to play, either coming out soon or has come out recently.
Does it involve graphs?
It could. I don't have all the details.
Something that just came out, so it's Ebola, is what it.
No, it's is anyone familiar with Oculus Trip at all? It's a game where you run around Akihabara, stripping people's clothes off them because they're vampires.
Sounds like it sounds. I'm not understanding the causality between the stripping of the clothes and the solving the vampire situation.
Because it's daytime, and I assume stripping their clothes off makes them vulnerable to the sun.
I see. Okay. So we're not going by popular vampire lore where they just burst into flames anyways?
Apparently not. I guess you just have to expose as much skin as possible.
Yeah, they got anti-vampire sun cream now, that's why. So.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to play that.
No idea.
Well, you know, it at least sounds like it'll be keeping you busy through the holiday season.
Yeah.
That can't possibly be a bad thing. Anyway, you know, I want to jump over here to the questions section, if we got a minute, because there's Darkened Ark over here who wants to know what we think, or what anyone thinks about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and all the fanboy bullshit following it. I don't understand.
What about
I don't know. Is there fanboy bullshit following the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I don't know if it's fanboy bullshit so much as it's another bad Spider-Man movie. Okay.
Next. Yeah, no, people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm curious. Like, well, really, you have to be more specific. I know that you're really adamant about this, but you're going to have to really be more specific.
No, you know, Wonder of Wonders, a movie made so that Fox didn't lose the Spider-Man license, is a piece of shit. Like, oh, what amazing! Like, come on, it was made for the same reason that They made that terrible Fantastic Four movie in the 90s. Like, how good did you expect this to be?
Their thing still looks better than the Michael Chiklis version.
How dare you mince words against the commish?
Well, they spent all their money on that Thing outfit, though.
They did, and yeah, they would have been smarter to use that like in a kaiju film.
Who's the Thing in the new Fantastic Four movie, by the way? Have they released the cast for that, or?
I wasn't aware there was one.
Yeah, of course they're working on a new Fantastic Four. I assume it's going to be a reboot because it's 2014.
And they don't have what's-his-face anymore to play Johnny Storm. So.
Okay, we keep getting asked this fucking question. What do we all think of Silent Hills?
How Norman Reedus.
I thought it was
Well,
okay.
I prefer them to Noisy Hills.
I don't know. Is this some sort of grammatical question about the pluralization now?
That's what I'm curious about.
It's a fun enough demo. I don't know what else to say.
Well, there we go.
It's a demo stupid because you can't do it without either blind luck or some sort of walkthrough because some of the puzzles are so obscure, like you have to zoom in on the options screen to find one of the hidden photos. I mean, how fucking obscure is that? I mean, that's just...
Well, I mean, Hideo Kojima, it's Kojima, guys. This is the guy who, you had the frequency printed on the back of the game box that you had to use in the game. I mean, this guy's an asshole. And it's hilarious because every time he does something like that, he's just sitting there huffing his own farts, thinking, "Look how smart I am!" Like he's just beating it wrong.
Oh, you mean just like the entire intro goddamn mini series you have to go through just to start Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yes. Every time he does something like that, every time. He loves to break the fourth wall, and every time he breaks the fourth wall, he throws himself a 5-day-long parade. That's what he does.
Say what you will, the man's photogenic at least.
Wait,
he's got that one pose.
In a matter of speaking, I suppose.
It's because he's more iconic because his glasses. That's all.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being iconic for your glasses.
No, not at all. There's also nothing wrong with, eyeliner. What I'm saying is you could doll yourself up every once in a while. It wouldn't kill you.
I know, right?
Yeah. He wants to see you made the effort.
And Sword of Kings wants to know our thoughts on Noisy Hills. And like I said, if you see how much I, care for Noisy Hills, if I prefer Silent Hills.
Yeah.
So anyway, God, this thing is the comment section is moving very quickly. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm.
Oh, they're getting all excited.
They're getting all excited, and I cannot keep up. So if you guys see something, please. Sigma Sean has been bugging us, busting our chops. Thoughts on the future of the Wii U? Well, they're the one with the game, so the ball's in their court.
Yeah, I really see. I don't see anything. You got Little Big Planet 3 on PS4, and on Xbox One you got multiplats.
You've got Internet Explorer.
You've got Project Spark on Xbox One.
Okay, yeah. And Xbox One's doing this much better in the exclusive games department. But both systems don't really have anything this holiday season. And neither of let's be honest, neither of those things are huge system sellers. So Wii U really is the only thing that's going to have kind of big earth-shattering stuff this holiday season.
And all of it is going to be made by Nintendo. That's the problem.
Yes.
I mean, nobody else cares. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one could even be bothered to show up.
And you know what? That's what they have to do. That's what Nintendo has to do. They have to shove that down people's throats because there's an innate anti-Nintendo bias, which they themselves do not help. I mean, I'm not defending Nintendo here for this.
Well, they've come to embrace it in recent months.
They've been a little hostile toward third parties sometimes, and that reputation precedes them. So they know they got to go first party, and that's what they're doing. And they are going to drown us in games, in first party exclusive games. And you know what? That's the one thing PS4 and Xbox One are not doing. And I tell you what, if we have to wait 2 years for exclusive, I already talked about this, but if we have to wait 2 years for our first big round of exclusives for PS4 and Xbox One, things are going to look very different by holiday of 2015 because the consumers do not wait that long. They don't.
No, and what we're going to wind up with is we're going to wind up with the Atari 7800 Part 2. Some shit that was really impressive technology a few years ago. Now here's some games for them.
Yes, exactly. No, exactly. And
But it's taken over the 7800 because all they've done is re-release 7-year-old arcade games on it, didn't they? And that's what they're doing this generation.
They wonder why they couldn't inspire interest in old hardware that had old games that no one liked in the first place.
Definitive editions of games you played 2 years ago. I mean, you're getting that.
Yeah, you know what? That analogy is just getting more and more solid the longer you sit there and think about it.
Some people have asked for our thoughts on Mortal Kombat 10.
What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat 10, Kid Shoryuken?
I think it looks pretty sweet. I love Mortal Kombat. I always have.
I appreciate that.
I was really pleased with 9 and Injustice as well.
I thought 9 was fucking awesome. It had like probably the most robust single player I've seen in a fighting game in fucking years. You know, especially after I think that came out around the same time as it was either King of Fighters 12 or 13, which I loved both of those games. I thought they were awesome. They were real returns to form for King of Fighters, but they had a really sparse single player. Like, if you weren't playing online, there was nothing to do with this fucking game. There was nothing. 13 was a little better, but 12 was just like, what? Where are the game modes? Like, there's nothing. You got arcade mode and online play, and that was it. You got training mode. But Mortal Kombat 9 was like, fucking, here's this mode and that mode, and I feel like I'm Zeus throwing thunderbolts. But seriously, that's kind of what they were doing.
An effeminate Zeus.
That's been a trend for the Mortal Kombat games in like the past decade, though. Is every successive game they would throw in like puzzle games and racing games and all kinds of shit, just mode after mode after mode.
My only issue with Mortal Kombat 9, and it's not a small issue, was that it condescended to the player a little bit. The X-ray attacks were stupid. It's dumb that by pushing 2 fucking buttons, you can do a devastating attack. Even though it scales down and there's a ratio with how much damage it does, and it doesn't break through guard. If you block it, it's no big deal. No, it's stupid. It's a devastating attack, and all you have to do is hit 2 buttons to execute it. That's fucking dumb. That's really, really dumb. And the fact that every single player has it, it's just yet another case of, like with Ultra Combos in Street Fighter. We have gotten to the point where Ultra Combos, which you get by getting your ass kicked, are more powerful than Super Combos, which you get by playing well. You're rewarded for playing like shit. Anyway, slice it. That's Street Fighter logic in 2014. So, and Mortal Kombat, it seemed like with the X-ray attacks, kind of took that same tack because you earn your X-ray attack. How? You know, same exact idea. That was my only problem with Mortal Kombat 9. So.
They did look cool, though.
I liked Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, 2 was really the pinnacle of the retro one.
Me too. I really like that game.
2 was the pinnacle. I am one of those people who hates Mortal Kombat 3. I hated it.
Everybody did. It just really went downhill. I mean,
the focus on combos in that game, it was so gimmicky. It was like, I don't know if that came out after or before Killer Instinct, but it felt like it was during that whole era where, combos are the big fucking thing. And if you don't have combos in your fighting game, then you're not real. You know what I mean?
Introduced the run button as well, didn't it? Which was...
Oh, God, the fucking run button. There would always be that jagoff in the arcades who was just spamming the shit out of the run button and the pre-made combo that they found in fucking Tips and Tricks magazine. You know what I mean?
Game Pro.
Oh, fuck right.
Larry, before we go too much further, I want to congratulate you on being Mexican and Korean and Samoan. I mean, because over here they're doing horrible things to you in the comments section.
And apparently he's butt cracked too, which is now a nationality. Where do you think Colin Moriarty comes from?
I keep showing it.
Colin Moriarty comes from Caucasia.
It's down the road from Kikassia.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. There was a good one. I had a real good question I was looking at, and then suddenly Larry became Korean and Mexican and Samoan, and I just lost it.
Why am I Korean? Fucking.
And everybody wants us to fuck the run button, apparently, and Obama smokes weed.
Okay, I can answer this real quick while you're digging through.
Okay.
My favorite Chrono Trigger character is Robo because I have a dick. I also like. Is he just called Frog?
Yeah, Frog.
That's right. It's been a while since I played it. I played that. That's one of those games where nobody played it when it came out, but boy, in 2014, everybody has memories of playing Chrono Trigger, don't they? It's funny how that works.
Indeed.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think it come out over until the DS version.
Dude, I rented the shit out of that game constantly at freaking Blockbuster back in the nebulous mists of the 90s. But yeah, I remember it drove me.
Did you experience this nebulous mist on the N64?
Well, no, Chrono Trigger was on SNES.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, and they had one copy at the Blockbuster. It's like RPGs were not that popular.
Did you manage to keep your save from rent to rent? Or did something
No,
else
if somebody didn't delete it, you got to keep your save.
Yeah, I mean, how lucky were you at that?
I was pretty lucky, actually. And then one day I go to the Blockbuster and it's not there. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe somebody else in the neighborhood picked it up. Went back, still not there. Still not there. Still not there. Then the box disappears. Somebody stole the game. Somebody stole the game. And I never found a hard copy of Chrono Trigger again. So, but I got to beat it. I just wanted to play through it again because I'm a greedy little cunt.
The only time I used to rent games from Blockbusters because I had one of them super wild cards where you can copy games to floppy disks. So I used to go just rent games each week and keep them. So I stopped doing that after I rented Rise of the Robots. So.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Bro, did you even play past the first 5 hours? It was in 1994, you little turd. Blow it out your ass.
Yeah, fuck all else to play. Just sit there all day.
Greedy little...
There's a death metal question about if even though you hate death metal, do you have any preferred death metal bands?
No.
Oh, come on. You were going on and on in my ear about Darkthrone not too long ago. They were a death metal band for like 35 minutes.
They were for one album, and then one really shitty one that they released later. Goat. Have you heard the Goat Lord album?
Yes, I have.
Woof.
I once got asked to design an album cover for Cradle of Filth.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and unfortunately it didn't go through, but because I just couldn't be asked to do it. I was too busy. I was doing some. I can't remember what else I was doing, but it fell through, unfortunately. But yeah, I did get asked to do artwork for them.
That's a shame.
I got a lot of death metal when I was like 15 and was into like Mortician and stuff like that. That was a long time ago though.
Mortician, the world's first robotic death metal band.
Well, Rise of the Robots had Brian May on the soundtrack, didn't it? Rise of the Robots 2?
It had a 5-second sample of one of his songs. That's his whole involvement in the game.
Yes, but it's an awesome song.
Yeah.
Awesome song. Freaking best song on that record.
Oh, Darkened Ark has returned to reinforce his point. He says what he meant was all the bias against the newer films because of the Raimi films. Are there people that really consider the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films to be the Spider-Man films to go to?
I
mean, they're really the only ones now that I think about it.
Three really dropped the ball. But.
I mean, there is that that 70s Japanese Spider-Man television show. You can go watch that instead with the giant Spider-Man robot and the motorcycle and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you've either got that or you've got the fucking Evil Dead guy.
Spider-Man Sentai all the way.
Jonathan Hall keeps asking, "What's your favorite video game villain?" He's written it about 5 times now. So.
Oh, I saw that at least 35 times. I just couldn't see who it was.
You should answer him.
Well, I was trying, but we can't talk about you being Samoan and Korean and shit.
You give him the ball past the carpool tunnel from a goal in his question.
No, I know what they're doing. They're doing that Control V thing. They think I don't know that. I think I'm like all impressed by how. Fuck you. I know your keyboard shortcuts.
My favorite video game villain is Sephiroth. He's so tragic. There's just a malaise behind him. That's what it is. That's something. It communicates something deep that moves my soul.
That's very important. I don't know. Favorite villain?
Dr. Wily.
Dr.
Wily.
Yeah. Dr. Wiry.
One that I could lean to just for one reason is Dr. Robotnik, purely because he's prepared for everything and nothing at the same time. So yeah. there's got to be something to respect about that. It's like, hey, good for you. You have all this money and you can't protect yourself against a fucking hedgehog and a fox.
Yeah, and what's like the most brutal attack in Sonic's repertoire? He bounces on you. You can't. You're a brilliant.
He's full of rings. He's full of rings, and that hurts.
Yeah, you're freaking. You're the Thomas Edison of evil, and you can't buy structure that's impervious to being bounced on?
Or it just needs to need a couple of spikes on his building.
Put a bounce on the top of your freaking robot. I don't care. Figure out something. A mattress. You could wear a mattress hat and foil Sonic. Wrong with you?
I know, man. We could the weakest villain on Earth could handle a porcupine. Come on.
Yeah,
but hey, that's the way things are. That's the Japanese for you. Ooh, send me your hate mail now.
The weeaboos now.
So anyway,
do you ever get hate for using the word weeaboo in your videos?
What?
Huh?
Who says weeaboo?
I don't know. I just get loads of hate when I say it in videos.
I say it all the time. And hell, I say it so many times I had to make up my own word to use instead of it. That's how often I use it. And if you don't like it, lick my taint.
First time I heard it, I didn't even know what the fuck it meant, and then after that, I took acceptance to it because some asshole, I did a guest spot on some podcast, and there was like one of the hosts, I guess he just wasn't familiar with me at all, and I think he took just a quick perusal of my channel, and then he asked me, when did I know I was a weeaboo, and I'd never heard the word. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and I was like, you'll have to describe what that is for me. I don't know what you're saying. And then he kind of laid it out for me that it's like a Japanophile or whatever, and I had to kind of educate him. Like, I was like, I actually live in the country. That's why you see those things in the videos from time to time. Immediately, that negative connotation for me. I did not like to hear that after that.
So. You don't like to be mistaken for the guy who takes the kendo stick to school?
Yes.
Yeah, you're really going to town and keep planting cherry trees all over your neighborhood.
Who wants to show you the proper katana cutting technique?
I don't like being mistaken for that person.
Dude, you were in Japan. Do you know who Ann Lewis is?
No, who's Ann Lewis?
Okay, she was big in the 80s, so like it makes sense. Ann Lewis is like, okay, there was this whole phenomenon in the 80s in Japan with American pop singers who couldn't make it in America, so they went to Japan and they wore like anime shit and they looked like a big animated character, and then they were huge. Like they were the biggest thing, and Ann Lewis was like the fucking biggest shit ever. Like,
and she was RoboCop's partner as well.
Yeah.
They'll fix you. They fix everything.
Isn't that kind of like doesn't that carry over into a lot of other like forms of entertainment as well, like music in general and pro wrestling and acting? Like if you can't get shit done elsewhere, you go to Japan.
Yeah. Or like the people who
or like Christian audiences. If you can't get popular, go see the Christian audiences. They fucking need it.
You beat me to the punch. I was just about to say that. But yeah, no, totally like that.
Vengeance Rising.
Yes. But it's amazing. Like, she's the original Lady Gaga kind of a thing. She had the big fucking bangs wig, and that she looked like the giant. She looked like Rainbow fucking Bright, actually, if you look at her.
She seems to have like set off like a tradition because, Yuke, who was that girl we were talking about who's just fucking king shit in Japan, and she looks like she's made out of she looks like a Pez dispenser. Who is that?
It's Keri Pamyu Pamyu.
Yeah.
You loved her music video. You loved it, didn't you?
I didn't know what I was looking at. Like, I was waiting for them to finish advertising for candy, but it wasn't for candy. It was like just a girl with overalls on, and I didn't understand. And then you told me that she had better songs. I said, I certainly hope so.
Well, she kind of like vomits candy into her own mouth.
I know, but I mean, just based
how'd
on
you
what
vomit into your own mouth?
Because there's like another one of her from time to time.
You have to. There's a band called Exhumed. You would have to have seen them to understand.
You would have to have been able to get through a single song in order to.
No, that's part of it too. Let me see here.
Nobody asked me what my favorite. Wait, hold on. Did Larry say who his favorite video game villain was?
I didn't know. We sort of derailed it.
We're still talking about that? Fantastic.
I don't know. If you count him as a villain, I'd like to say Cave Johnson. Even though he's like completely out of it. It's just more comedy, I've just found.
What?
Well, I don't know. He's sort of a villain because he's like completely. I don't give a shit about.
Jack Thompson.
No, what?
The lawyer guy?
No, Cave Johnson. You know, the villain from Portal 2.
Sorry, I think you said Keith Johnson, and I was like, what? Okay, sorry.
No, just...
I misheard you. It was that impenetrable accent.
Ah.
Distracted by all the British charm.
Oh. I can remove the colloquialisms if you want, but...
Look, no,
you have like a switch for that?
No. If there's anything Russell Brand has taught us, it's that you can just say those and you'll make lots of money. So just do that. And then when you think you're doing it too much, do it more.
I thought that was the Russell Brand technique.
Yeah. Although I think the other crucial component is never shave. I think that's the other.
Oh, well, that's me coming on now, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so no, mine for the record is probably I really like Father Karras from Thief 2, so it's Thief 2. It's my favorite game. So and I kind of dig the role, even though she's kind of not the antagonist and kind of is. I assume she's going to be the antagonist in Inquisition. Morrigan, I think, is a pretty effective because she's kind of morally ambiguous and also titties.
Which is a powerful combination.
Very, very potent.
Hypnotic.
So.
Well, fantastic. Let me see here.
All kinds of stuff. What's everyone's favorite?
Chaos, man. Somebody just asked you what you think are essential metal albums.
Well, see, that's very hard because I saw that, Grace passed me here, and that's hard to nail down because it's different for, heavy metal means so many different things to so many different people these days. But where's the best place to start? Black Sabbath, and believe me, tell somebody else that you heard Black Sabbath, and then it'll take off from there. Also, yeah, that's the best place to start. That's where me and my friends started. Well, actually, I started with Megadeth, So Far, So Good, So What, but that's different.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, probably be, I'd probably start people off with some Motorhead. I'd probably start them off with some,
some Lemmy.
It's cliche, maybe give them Ace of Spades, even though, it's not their best.
It works.
But it's a great album from beginning to end.
And it's good for almost anything. It's good for fixing your car. It's good for skateboarding. Probably even in a fancy restaurant.
It's good for fucking.
Thank you for sharing.
It is. Just saying. There is no deflowering music quite like Motorhead.
Oh, well. I'll keep that in mind.
For the next time you deflower someone?
Well, you never know when an opportunity like that should arise.
I think different genres would need different kind of entry points, though. That's the thing. Speaking of getting on.
I say, yeah, if you want to talk about entry points, let me tell you about Type O Negative. They got they got something just for you.
I never got into Type O at all.
Huh? Well, you're not supposed to get into it. It's supposed to help you get into other things.
That's true. Things that aren't Type O Negative. It certainly helped me with that.
It helps you get into damp, dark places.
No, I've never.
Especially that "Love Me to Death" song. That does it really quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. But different genres would need different. Like for death metal, you'd have to go with Death or Possessed or something like that.
See, no, I disagree with that, because if you listen to early Death compared to how we know death metal today, that's very much more along the lines of more raucous thrash metal.
And that's when death metal is best. That's when it's most tolerable.
I don't know about that, because death metal has a large following, I think, just because kids like to hear about things being killed.
Well, that's factual.
And I don't know. I really think that it's really different, especially for the kids today, because the kids today listen to old death metal, and it doesn't sound as angry. Also, I want to state this. This is my feeling about most new quote-unquote extreme metal. Most of the new records from that genre sound like nothing but fucking tech demos.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Almost metal for like the last 10, 11, 12 years. All the records just sound like fucking tech demos. Like, yeah, I see that. You're really good behind a console, and you're really good at mic placement and working with EQs. Can you write a song?
Yes, exactly. I get so tired of these bands where the production is just too pristine. You get these...
Well, not only that, but it's absolutely fucking punishing, but there's nothing really to listen to in there.
Yeah. You got this wicked, like, crunching, heavy guitar tone.
Yeah.
And the guitar isn't doing anything interesting.
No.
Or it's just the guitarist showing off. And it's not even Yngwie Malmsteen showing off. It's some big fat guy who, like, just learns scales. You know what I mean?
Not only that, it looks like if you look at what he's at, it looks like a finger stretching exercise.
Yes. And that's the most irritating aspect. Like fucking necrophagist. Go to hell. Oh.
That's the one that really came to me was there's a band that people love to stick in my face when I talk about progressive music. It's a band called The Faceless. And they are the epitome of what I'm talking about. This driving bass with these ridiculous bass drums, these incredibly triggered snare drums, that whole thing, which is something we got used to with Butchery and Mortician and a lot of that sort of death metal. And it's like, yes, it's very driving and it's very punishing and it hurts your fucking head and it puts the speakers in your truck through tremendous strain. But do you know any songs?
Yeah.
Black Diamond, fucking Louie, play a goddamn song, please.
And that fundamentally is the problem. There's no maybe that's just an abstract way of saying there's no melody, but really at the end of the day, it's not about melody. It's just about songwriting. It's just like.
Well, it harkens to a real fundamental problem. That's been reason why I got out of the business, why I don't play music, why I've washed my hands of trying to play music for a living, because you go into a club to see a heavy metal band who's opening for another heavy metal band, and instead of playing, here's some songs that we've made, we hope you like them, we hope you'll come hear us play these songs again, it's watch me be fucking cool while you actually paid money to be entertained.
Yeah. And there's a lot of bands that fall into that. And, the other genre that falls into this, which is basically like a poor man's death metal at this point, with how the bands have gone, is grindcore.
Grindcore is not what it once was. Grindcore seemed to sort of settle into what it was doing in like 1998 and has never been able to get it out of first gear and get it out of the ditch that it's stuck in.
Yeah.
The only way you can make grindcore, the only way it's really progressed is they talk more about child molestation. And I don't see that as progression.
And cry more about politics.
Yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, that's nice and offensive, but that will really, garner you attention for, like, you're in the internet age. Pissing people off only garners you about a few seconds worth of attention.
Yeah.
Well, someone asked about favorite non-metal bands or musical acts.
Steely Dan. Steely Dan is a fan. ZZ Top.
I love ZZ Top, sir.
Everybody
ZZ
loves
Top's
ZZ
heavy as
Top.
shit without even trying.
ZZ Top's awesome.
Shit. The Motorhead covered ZZ Top on their first album.
They did. They didn't. Did they do Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers?
Yes, they did.
See, that's like the ZZ Top song.
Yeah, it's a good cover too.
Somebody else did that too. I forget who.
Favorite non-metal? I like R&B. I like Michael Jackson a lot, and I like Stevie
No,
Wonder.
everybody loves Michael Jackson.
Everybody.
I'm always amazed at this. When people are, my detractors will come out of the fucking floorboards, and they'll say things like, "You're a skinny metal fag. You're just
Is that where you keep your detractors?
Yes, you're just the skinny metal, pale metal fag," and it's like, I'm always amazed at how they jump to the immediate emo, like they'll call you like an emo kid or something, or they'll always jump to one of those kind of stereotypes. They never draw the obvious visual parallels. Skinny, pale guy, long, stringy, dark hair, in leather attire.
Internet sensation.
With big sunglasses.
Potential pedophile.
They never compared me visually. If you made the obvious visual comparisons to Michael Jackson, you would have a whole bunch of pedophile jokes at your disposal. You would have, there's a whole valley that's gone unexplored here, folks.
Not to mention Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it always amazes me. Nobody draws the parallel. I don't know.
Oh, well, the point is you tried, and you're also supporting some new school Swedish metal on your chest, which is always important.
Yep.
That's a band. If you want to get into metal, get yourself some Wolf. Wolf will walk you through a lot of your formative metal stuff in a real hurry.
Yeah.
Is that part of that new wave of quote-unquote traditional heavy metal?
I guess they'd be like the third or fourth wave of traditional heavy metal to go through Northern Europe.
Like Enforcer and Bullet.
Bullet's a good one.
The really shitty one from here in the States, White Wizard.
White Wizard almost had something. White Wizard is from Los Angeles, from California, and they almost had something there. They had a record called High Speed GTO, and it was a strong start.
GTO.
And then they did a second record. They did a second record called something Purple. I don't remember, and it was just like, yeah, I get it. You like Judas Priest. Where are your songs?
Their fundamental problem is the vocalist, I think.
He's far too 1987 Halford.
Well, they've swapped a time or two, haven't they?
They have, and they keep getting someone who sounds like that.
Yeah, that's the fun of and that's the problem with most of these bands. I think a lot of them, if they had a different singer, would be fucking huge. Like Wolf is great. I think they need to hire a singer. I've always thought that.
Really?
Their singer's okay.
I think he's great for what they do.
In their early stuff, especially, you can hear it. His vibrato is fake.
Yeah, of course. He sings through his nose. I know that.
He doesn't sound right, and I think if they had he's a great guitarist. He's also the guitarist in the band, if you don't know, and he plays a lot of the leads. So it's like, why don't you just hire a better singer? They're from Sweden. There is no shortage of brilliant Swedish metal singers. You could hire any one of these guys.
Yeah, but they're all bitter after working with Yngwie. Look at fucking serious shit. Yngwie had to go get Jeff Scott Soto. That's how bad he fucked up Sweden. Now you know why Wolf is in the shape they're in.
Hold on. You mentioned the name. Soto! That's to be done.
But I mean, what you're saying about Wolf, I've been recently. I was listening to Skullfist, and
Skullfist.
Yeah, I like him enough, but it's basically the same. I mean, what's his fucking name? Their frontman. He's not a terribly good singer, but he's a decent guitarist. But
Bullet is one of the better ones because they have a singer that, even though he's just aping Udo Dirkschneider, is pretty good in his own right, at least at what he's doing. I think Bullet's fucking great. Even when they're bad, they just sound like AC/DC. But when they're really good, they sound like an awesome version of like Accept or something. So those guys fucking rule.
Well, you know what that means. You know, we're getting towards the end of the show here. We've been on here for a long time. So I think we're going to take one more question, and then we're going to have to get out of here, folks, because you have had too much free entertainment, and I will not stand for it.
Yes, we need to start charging.
We should. I found out that Google will give us is giving us the option that we can charge for these things. The problem is we got to get it to fucking work first.
Hold on, we can answer this quick question before we delve into them properly.
Alrighty.
Favorite donut? Okay, chocolate cream.
Plain cake.
Honey dip.
I don't know the name of it. It's that one of the creamy marshmallowy stuff in it, Krispy Kreme do. Forgot the name of it.
Oh, just the regular glaze.
Yeah. Sorry. Because English donuts only have jam in it and they taste like shit. So like Krispy Kreme is like the new age of.
I'm not a big
donuts.
Don't put jam in the donuts, folks. Don't put jam in the If you must put something in there, put custard or chocolate cream.
Custard? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Custard is the shit, man.
Custard? No, jam is far better than custard. I don't care what anyone says.
How dare you? We will take this to the streets.
How dare you argue with me about creamy white shit in your mouth?
Not in the donut.
Jam only works if the donut's like piping hot.
Hold on, is that good or better than dark chocolatey shit in your mouth? I'm just creamy shit in your mouth.
I wasn't even. Hey, don't make it look like I was not making a case for dark creamy shit either.
Dark creamy, yeah.
Don't you fucking
go
dump
see a doctor about that.
God damn it. Anyway, we got time for one more, and I thought this would be fitting because this has just been seeping in, and I didn't know how to go for it. But the folks want to know our thoughts about the controversy surrounding Hatred the game.
Oh, bear claws fucking suck as well. I don't know why you Yanks have such a fucking boner on bear claws. They're shit. I mean, they're just dry.
They're dry as shit. They're like bread that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a little cinnamon on there. They'll eat it.
Yeah.
We gotta have Ingve on the podcast so he can come on
and tell us how he doesn't like fucking donuts.
I don't like fucking donuts. No, I don't like fucking donuts.
I am outraged by Hatred. I mean, it's an absolute disgusting, unbridled rip-off of Postal, and I think they should be ashamed of
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
Now that's what I heard, but that's controversy.
The only offensive thing to me about it
is that it just totally steals from Postal, and you will not stand for it.
Yeah. Mad as hell, and I'm taking it to the streets.
Well, good for you. You're going to scream from your window. Now, I understand there's controversy because, now, apparently there was nothing wrong with killing in the bullet hell shooters. There was nothing wrong with killing and running over innocent people in Twisted Metal. But now Hatred has to do with... Now, Larry, you might know a little more than I do. Why are you killing the people in Hatred? And why?
I don't know. I'd maybe just go and Columbine on their asses or something.
Because you hate them.
Because you hate them. Okay.
Because you have autism. It's like I fed up with Gamergate.
Because your parents were not against vaccinations, and now you have autism, and now you must hit everybody with a hammer.
Because mediocre Dark Throat album.
Because Hideo Kojima. All right, I understand.
But is that the real quote unquote controversy? Is just the motivation of the main character?
That's what I understand. I did a little reading on this, and I found out yes, people are upset about the motivation behind.
Well, how about the heist, Payday? I mean, that was just killing random people as well. If it felt like.
Come on, guys! Like I'm sitting in front of a poster of Thief, a game where you steal from people for your own profit. Like what? There's no.
Yeah, and now a game where a poster steals from you for profit.
I just think it's just so desperate that they pulled a controversy card just to make extra views. I mean, it's just a fucking indie game that nobody played a buying bit of notice of it.
Dude, it's been on IGN lately. What else have they got to talk about?
I'm just saying, if they could put a level in where you shoot women, then you could get Anita Sarkeesian to give you free press for the game, really, couldn't you? But yeah, it's just a desperate attempt to be, and we're so desensitized by violence now on the internet that nobody we had to be reminded that we're supposed to be offended by it.
I'd never heard of this developer before this game was announced. I don't even know who the hell it is. I've already forgotten the name.
It's funny just how we went from grassroots revolution to now we just have grassroots annoyance.
Yeah.
So with that having been said, I'm fucking annoyed with the entire goddamn internet, as well as you should be. Sorry, stumbled over my words there. I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, folks, we've had a great time. The clock on the wall says it's time for us to get out of here. We thank you for stopping by. I am the Mighty El Chaos. Joining me this here, pissing in the live stream, Kid Shoryuken.
I am not a weeaboo, and I love graphs.
The incredibly Samoan Larry Bundy Jr.
Yes, buy me like you go buy.
And hopefully just as offensive, ravishing Razor Fist.
You've released the fucking fury. You've released the fucking fury. God fucking speed.
And that's all we've got. You guys have been great, and this has been Pissing in the Live Stream. Thank you very much, Hater Nation, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fuck off.
Sayonara.